So I remember 2 or 3 years ago, you did a podcast with Versan in Houston,
Oh yeah.
and Versan stated, he said that he has an information that one XRP will be of value of $327,000, which actually is price, which is defined by IMF, and he had some connections. Was it Saudi family or someone else? I'm not sure now. So how comes that someone with such information is coming out without knowing? I personally, I'm not the best in mechanics of from XRP, and I will try to learn more, of course. But how such mm, such opposite statements from him or from you now at the moment?
I don't know. What's your conclusion on it?
To be honest with you, I don't know what to say. I'm following your channel for a long time, and you are inspiring guys. I was also asking questions myself, like many people, maybe even people from our audience. How comes that you got into that transition? And even with those facts you are providing at the moment, you are still not 100% sure. So we should take that in consideration as well. So I don't know what to think. I will prepare next time. I was busy today for some questions
No,
because
don't worry about
we
that.
are confused. We are confused. I believe we all are confused.
Well, look. So I think I I have heard from. So after the podcast, me and Versan talked for about 6 hours.
Yeah,
And I loved it because I think he's great. I love how extreme he is. He's like so passionate about all of it, and there's a big conspiracy of the whole world. It's very fun to listen to, and it was a very good conversation partner for that time. Um, what I what I will say is that obviously that hasn't happened yet. It could be that there is a big plan and there is a set price, and it could be that his Saudi family does have those connections. Um, it could all be true. And I will always reserve an element of my whole view of this whole thing as it's maybe it's possible. But when you go from maybe it's possible to I'm depending on it, that's where it gets a little bit weird because anything that happens until that point is a letdown. Like oh, it hasn't worked. And the only reason I say that is because I was talking to my wife the other day, and she was saying, you know, we got. Oh, can you hear me still?
yeah, yes.
We got into XRP, at a very low price, and look at the growth of that asset over this time. Because she goes through my comments sometimes to see what the sentiment is, and she was like, "Why are people so upset? Like, there's been a massive growth in this investment. It's like better than any investment you've ever made. Why are people so disappointed?" And it comes from this dependence, and nothing else is good enough unless we hit these Versan numbers or Jake Claver numbers. And so you end up navigating life in a way that's very like lacking. Like, oh, I never became a billionaire. Ugh. Like, I don't know. I just don't see it like that. I tend to see this is how it manifests in my world. Maybe this will resonate. If we are going to get a 300 and something $1,000 XRP, well, that's wonderful because I don't need many XRP to be massively rich. I can have like 100 XRP and I am good. you know? So if you only need 100 XRP, we're just making an example out of that extreme. If I only need 100 XRP and I'll have $30 million, I shouldn't really be opposed to taking profits or investing in other things as well, because I've got this thing in the background that's like it will do all the work for me if that's true. So when you look at a number like that, and I've done this in my block flow exit strategy course as well, we have a whole system for this, is to what degree am I confident that this outcome will take place? So let's say I'm 1% confident that that outcome, that the IMF has a predetermined number and it's massive. If I have a 1% confidence, then I need 1% of my portfolio allocated and frozen for that purpose. And that 1% might be in my cold storage wallet and in the most secure place that I can possibly try and have it. And so I've allotted my portfolio in a way that aligns with my confidence of the outcomes. So that might be 10% for people, it might be 50%, but it's always going to feel weird if you haven't allocated your portfolio according to your confidence. So if right now, if there's a lot of confusion, for example, and someone's overwhelmed, they might end up having 100% of their portfolio allocated for that situation. Like nothing else is sufficient. And that puts you in a position where now you're illiquid in the short term. You're completely over allocated to an eventuality that's actually mostly a speculative thing. He said this is going to happen, and I have to take his word for it. If you're happy to have 100% conviction in that, that's fine. I don't think most people are. I think there's always this like lingering feeling underneath, where it's like, oh, what if that isn't true? So what I'm trying to do is quantify that feeling for you to say, look at how confident you are in terms of a percentage that that outcome will take place, and have you allotted that amount of tokens or that amount of your portfolio for that eventuality. I think it makes you feel a lot better.